Nothing can be more barbaric and horrific than this. A teacher beheaded in broad daylight. By now, I'm sure most of you know what happened in France on Friday. A teacher was beheaded for showing his students cartoons of Prophet Muhammad. He was teaching them about freedom of expression. The idea cost him his life. The teacher was decapitated by a teenager right outside his school. France has called this a terror attack, an attempt to quote-unquote strike down the republic. Thousands have taken to the streets. This attack has stunned the world. The tide of Islamism is challenging values like freedom of speech and secularism in France. And on Gravitas tonight, we'll tell you how the clash between secularism and Islam cannot be allowed to fester in the name of political correctness anymore. How secularism is not achieved by decree. How and where France failed. And what are the lessons for the world? First, let's bring you up to speed with the investigation. Right after the French teacher was beheaded, police officials hunted down the terrorist. The 18-year-old was found in a town near Paris. What you see on your screen are pictures of that tense confrontation between the police and the terrorist. He was cornered. He had a knife and an airsoft gun that fires plastic pellets. The police first warned him. He was asked to put down his arms. When he refused to cooperate, the police opened fire. The terrorist was killed on the spot. Reports say he acted in a quote-unquote threatening manner, and that is what prompted the police to shoot him. And we are about to play that sequence, that confrontation for you right now. These pictures are graphic. Viewer discretion is advised. A major crackdown on extremists is now underway in France. More than 10 people have been arrested in connection with this attack alone. Reports say about 80 police investigations have been opened into online hate messages that glorify the attack on Friday. The French government is gearing up to expel more than 200 foreigners. They were on the government's watch list for their quote-unquote extremist religious beliefs. Meanwhile, thousands of people rallied across France to pay a tribute to the victim. His name is Samuel Paty, a middle school teacher who became a victim of hate. He taught history and geography. Earlier this month, he was taking a class on freedom of expression where he showed a caricature of the Prophet published in Charlie Hebdo. This triggered a furious response from a number of parents. They complained on social media and demanded his resignation. And this is when Paty took special care to not hurt religious sentiments of his Muslim students. He asked them to leave the class before showing the cartoons. He said he did not want to upset them. Soon after the lecture, he began receiving threats to his life. A Muslim parent went public with his complaints. The father of a 13-year-old girl, he posted a video on YouTube. He said the teacher showed a photo of a naked man, that's what he said, and claimed that he was the Muslim prophet. The father called the teacher a thug. He urged other parents to join him in demanding action. This outrage on the internet seems to have reached the 18-year-old who beheaded the teacher. The terrorist was allegedly Russian. He had no links to the school. He attacked Paty in broad daylight and killed him on a suburban street right in front of his school. French President Emmanuel Macron did not hesitate in calling the beheading what it is: an Islamist terrorist attack.
Je veux dire ce soir,
I want to tell all of France's teachers that we are with them, that the whole nation will be here on their side today and tomorrow to protect them, defend them, allow them to do their job, the most beautiful job of raising free citizens. It's not a coincidence if tonight a teacher was struck, because he, the terrorist, wanted to attack the values of the Republic, its light, the possibility to make our children, no matter where they come from, no matter what they believe or not believe, no matter what their religion is, to make them free citizens. The battle is our battle, and it's an existential one.
Parce qu'il a voulu abattre.
Since then, tens of thousands have rallied across France. The French Prime Minister and the Mayor of Paris joined the gathering yesterday. The beheading brings back memories of the attack on Charlie Hebdo in 2015. Apparently, the teacher showed the Prophet's cartoons every year to his class, making them a part of the discussion about freedom. Last month, accomplices in the 2015 attack went on trial. The French president announced plans to combat Islamic radicalism. It's much needed, and it's not going to be easy for France. Muslims are the largest minority in this country. Almost 9% of the French population is Muslim. They often find themselves at odds with the idea of French secularism. France bans religious symbols like the hijab, but it allows publishing cartoons of the Prophet, calling it freedom of expression. In Islam, depiction of the Prophet in any form is a taboo. The hardliners call the Prophet's cartoons blasphemous. The president says blasphemy is not a crime in France. Clearly, it's an impasse. Radical Islam poses a major challenge to French secularism. So Macron is pushing for a law to craft the French version of Islam. Islam with French values. A version that is compatible with the French society. And this beheading has laid bare all the fault lines in the society. The violent cultural clash between France and Islam is back in focus. Thank you for watching Gravitas on WION's YouTube channel. If you want to stay up to date with what's happening around the world, then subscribe to our channel and don't forget to like and share. Thank you very much for watching WION. World is One.